Lil Got Em.
Lil Got Em.
It's basically a part of the building with the guys family. It's part of the gang, part of the squad, God body, everything, how we moving in Detroit. But people may hear about, you know what I'm saying, your music, and they may not know about the level of consciousness, you know, that you have, and many of the things that you shared with me. You know, that's what my new music is all about, is about the knowledge that I'm getting. I might, you in the nation and you just listen to Farrakhan. No, I'm actually around brothers that show me things, and I go through experiences with them that actually give me that level of supreme understanding where I'm able to deal with our brothers, you know what I'm saying, in the streets, you know what I'm saying, and everything like that. And so you're one to always share that wisdom. So the state of America, you know what I'm saying, you got all of this stuff that they putting on the news. You got jobs and all of this chaos and murders and everything like that. Then you got Hollywood. Considering this state of America, what in your music are you offering that's going to give them that consciousness that I'm talking about? You know what I'm saying, that you help me get just day to day.
Yep, so I do understand that life isn't fair and we weren't promised anything. So if the root of happiness gotta come from within you, that comes from inspiration and motivation.
Right.
I could be going through whatever, dude, and you know, me and you, we optimists. Black Magic, we optimists. We make something out of nothing. And I'm saying that because I heard the word news.
Yeah.
Dude, I think news, I hear that acronym, negative energy world spread. Granted, I keep up to date and I like to know what's going on, but my local news station loves to tell you what happened right down the street. Don't nobody want to hear that during a regular evening. Now, granted, that shows you how close it is to you and how granted you are to have Black Magic and to do interviews and have Akbar and see him on the daily. And, you know, when we do meet up, it's a celebration every time because everybody don't make it to that next day. But
yeah, we've been losing some people too.
Oh yeah, man.
Like the drugs and murders and sickness. It's like, what is the state of hip hop? You know, we lost XX Tatiana murdered. We had another one that Fredro Santana, he died not too long ago doing something positive. He gave up lean. He was trying to do his, you know what I'm saying, going the healthy thing. So it's like,
I ain't know that either.
Yes. What message do you have to the artists and the creators and the people that they're caught into the ways just like anybody else? You know, ain't nobody no saint. But what can you tell them, you know what I'm saying, of motivation or as inspiration to walk a higher path, a higher way?
We need you. Shout out to Chirac. Them guys brought attention to the Midwest.
Oh yeah, Chief Keef.
T Grizzly tied in with Dirt, showing how Detroit and Chicago is cousins. But really, any artist out there, we need you. We need you at your top, higher self at all times. So when you gone, the babies can eat off what you done left. We all got something and we battling, and I haven't dealt with no strapped down, you know, drugs like that, cause that's real, man.
Yeah.
I done been in some studios recently and dudes like, oh, I remember my first time doing this, and I'm like, dang, it's real out here.
Yeah.
But, you know.
Do you think that the artists, what do you think has been influencing the behavior? Like, do you think it's the music? Do you think it's the environment? Do you think that it's government? You know, you got different
social media is influencing not only drugs, but it's influencing sadness too.
Yeah.
I've been seeing a lot of people that's sad, and I think to myself, is this nigga mad because he just seen 30 people out of town? That's what Instagram is showing.
Right. You looking
they're out of town, and it's just a great time, but y'all gotta realize I'm only posting when I'm out of town. And, you know, I'm gonna get to a level soon, like, I posting for y'all content, cause we just said that's what it's about. You know, so don't fall into that though. I'm only posting if it's on the up and up.
Right. Don't come with no negative energy.
I don't do that, but I'm saying that to say, don't get caught in something you didn't seen, and you know, just being unhappy.
Yeah.
Being unhappy. That's you comparing yourself. Comparing yourself, and now you sad. Now life is messed up.
That's
no,
something
man.
to really take into consideration when you dealing with influencing the youth. You know, because they generally look up to us. I was looking on the interview, a brother was saying how once the babies get old enough to realize what's going on around you, they might not respect you. You know what I'm saying? If you don't have certain resources. How important are resources? Because I told you earlier today, I told you about a conversation shared with me by Black Magic with J Success about resources. You know what I'm saying? So what is the importance of resources, and how should we distribute them?
Yeah. So the older I got, I just found myself realizing that it ain't about having money in your hand, but what can the money do for you? Mm-hmm. You could have a real role, but if it's not doing what it need to do and playing this role as a resource, doesn't serve purpose. So.
And when you say a role, just for some that, what are you referring to? I'm just keep going into that, but you know, some of the elders ain't gonna know what you say when you say a
Detroit
role.
lingo for just a wad of money, wad of cash, just that physical, monetary
currency.
That was the exact word I was looking for. You know, but we living in an age where it might not be seen, but best believe it's there. And it's really been like that. I'm learning myself, but it's about
how do you not make it about it though? You know what I'm saying? Like, how do they not make, when they got the why, and you say, hey, make it make sense, basically, right? What are the differences? Like, what is an example of not making it make sense, or how to actually make it make sense?
So making it make sense is, well, for one, you want to get yourself together. Can you survive and get around or have shelter or even eat every day? It's a lot of different things that you do on the surviving tip, and then you network. That way you won't have to go and buy a camera and everything that Black Magic got, because he hit me with his resources, and it's a trade-off. Whether it be money, whether it be me getting on the track, or getting with him for a class on, you know, his artwork, or even to sit down and talk on his information that can help me through the daily. It's trading these resources. And that's why unity, one love, one God, one mind, and one action. When we all going at the same time, the state of America will be certainly different. But I think the world been here so long, it's gonna be 100 ideas for 100 things. The way you think, the way I eat, what I like, and that's fine. But when I think of the state of America, I'm thinking of these guns, man. This stuff is getting crazy. Like,
how should they deal with them guns, man? Because you got the illegal firearms and you got the militias. Like, if you seen the most recent Purge movie, basically the movie was, when the Purge happened, black people wasn't fighting, we was partying, and it was a bunch of white people that had guns and was armed, and we wasn't, because we poor, and they was coming for us, and the only defense was the brothers that's in the streets that got illegal firearms. They selling dope and work. But so when it really get down to the war, how do we get to that point?
Dog.
In America, nah.
I purposely, I didn't watch that movie. Now I knew they was trying to say something because I seen that trailer.
But based off of what I described to you, you know what I'm saying?
I'm here, but I do want to talk about that for a
Yeah.
minute. I said, dog, what are they trying to convey? We ain't even talking about the first Purge movie. But when I seen the third one and I seen it was in the urban setting and the people was black and
Right.
just in fear, I'm like, I ain't watching that. But you just told me that. What was you saying?
In the movie, when the purge happened, they paid them to be a part of it. They said, we'll give you $1,000, $2,000, put these things in your eye, and 24 hours
Kill
all
people.
crime is free, right? We wasn't really trying to kill people. We wasn't really trying to do nothing. We was all partying. We was trying to survive. We needed the money. The people in the streets, they was like, I'm just trying to protect the trap house. Woo, woo, woo. It was more to the storyline, but the gist and the main plot was white people came together. They was dressed up where you couldn't see it who it was, and they was killing us. They was killing us.
So what's the question?
How do we get to a state of dealing with guns in the what might be considered the right way or might not be considered the right way? Because they got all these guns. They bought up all these guns since Obama been in office. But let's say they do come in. Let's say that it do get martial lawed up. How do we really get to that level in terms of how we deal with guns, legalization? Like, how do we deal with guns? Knowing that this could possibly happen.
Short answer, just tighter control. Tighter control on who can get the guns. I remember I was trying to get my first piece and I put 150 down on it. Came back months later talking about, alright, I got the other half. They was like, we don't see your name in the phone. I'm like, so my 150 in the trash? And that was my don't get a strap story. And I had some other don't get a strap stories, but that's deep, man. And you got the kid, it's young guys going in these public places and
then they shooting up schools.
Man, that's,
you see what I'm saying?
That's nuts, man. You talking about a pain that is terrible going to hurt somebody else, but state of America, it is some good things. A lot of the community is being built, and some call it gentrification pretty much. Now some niggas like, hey, whatever it take, cause I've been living in the dirtiest part of the city for the longest, and
that's not lying.
Whatever integration is happening, it's also bringing about cleanliness to the neighborhood.
Yeah.
But all you gotta do is hold down your block, talk to your neighbors, and work with everybody around you and let them know I do take pride in where I am.
Well, you in America, do you see America as, because the minister said recently, he was just talking about how we built America, our blood, sweat, and tears in America. How do you see us being liberated in America? Or what does that look like? Revolution, liberation, realistically.
Well, wow. I honestly immediately thought of my people having a different mindset. Not going to get the J as soon as they hit shelf.
Yeah.
Not having to escalate on the block with all the vacants. There's certain stuff we doing that we don't have to do.
Right.
It's a lot of clubbing and partying that go on in Detroit with us being in the state that we are. And I don't listen to Time magazine or none of that, but we been like worst city to live, like for the last 2 years. Like, you can look it up, 2018 and 2017, we have been given I don't know what the title is, but it's definitely in the range of worst city to live in the United States.
The most dangerous cities.
Come on, now.
We was in the top 10.
You know, so
CNN, I think they did a poll.
Me as a young black man, I always feel like the news pointing and talking directly at me. 22-year-old, 23-year-old,
Right.
Whether it be somebody doing something,
black male,
whether it be the victim, and
It's about a nigga,
and
black man.
And I believe the news tries to pinpoint you. Just like I was saying, I don't watch the news because they always showing the incident that happened right up the street. And that's like the news. So it wasn't a surprise to me, or I didn't feel no different when Tom said, you live in the worst city. Because I'm always feeling like it's a you. But I block all negativity out.
What do you think about Donald Trump? Because he's been a face for an existence in America. It's a reality. How do you think we should deal with that? As creative, as artists, as hard workers, smart workers, working smarter than harder, just period, to sustain, to get by, to be established here. What do we look at this? What is this?
This is a segue. This is an open door for a lot of different things to happen as far as who can get seats in different places. We got a clear celebrity cat in the highest political seat in the nation, representing you and I.
Yeah.
I tell you what, you just open the door for more comedians to blow, more artists to drop, a lot more gonna be accepted now.
Right.
Anything can happen. It is no excuse for me to not be getting money.
Trump is the president. You're fired, dude.
If y'all
Agent
accepting him, I tell you what, let me present the best me that I can on camera.
What do you think about politics too?
So when I think about it, it's entertainment now. You got Trump in there, he's on. It's entertainment now.